Right, hello, welcome to DCG. This is our first ever batrep. We're going to be doing a 1500 point Triumph and Treachery battle. And over in the background we've got Mikey. There's Mikey boy. Got Ali over there as well. And today we're going to be featuring Empire, Vampire Counts and Bretonnians. And the battle we've rolled off for is Battle for the Centre Ground, you can see right here. So we're going to be doing every turn, the closest army to that centre point gets 100 coins into their treasury. So hope you enjoy, and we'll kick things off. Okay, right, I'm just going to introduce the Empire, which I'll be fielding today. So first unit we've got is obviously the infamous Demigryph Knights. I'm just going to be fielding them with lances and a champion, and that's it. Despite appearances, there's not a banner in there. And second on the list, we've got a steam tank. He's going to be having a Hawkland long rifle. That's pretty much just it. But the big unit for today is going to be a unit of Inner Circle Knights. And there's 13 of them plus 3 characters. So we're going to have a level 4 Roar of Life, Luther Huss and Ludwig Schwarzhelm. And that's the full list for the Empire. So we'll move on to the next one, which will be the Bretonnians. Right, Ali boy, do you want to tell us what's in your army?
Right, I've got here my Lord.
Okay.
And he's kitted out with a few items. He's pretty nasty, a bit of a combat Lord. Next, I've got a Paladin BSB. Who's kitted out with a few things as well. He's got the armour piercing banner.
Oh, very nice.
Got 2 level 2s, so I've got.
Is that one in just in there?
Yeah,
one in there.
The unit, and that is the Beast Wizard.
So that's the Beast one in
and
there.
I have another one, which
And she's
I don't know where she's gone.
No, she's just there.
Yeah. And that is Life going into.
Next one.
The spells I got is the Dragon for that one, Transformation of Kadum, and Wison's Wild Form, and I got Shield of Thorns for this one and the signature spell. For core, I've got a massive unit of 13 Knights of the Realm, full command. I've also got 35 men at arms with full command. And we've got 5 Question Knights, full command, and 2 trebuchets here.
Very nice. Good stuff. Right, we're going to move on to Mikey's army now, which is Vampire Counts. This is Mikey's Vampire Counts. Mikey, do you want to tell us what you've got in the army?
Yeah, sure. So for Lords we've got the General, which is a level 4 Master Necromancer.
Very nice.
For spells I've got Invocation, Dance Macabre, Raise Dead and Curse of Years.
Okay.
For heroes we have Conrad von Karstein up
There he
front.
is there, looking very intimidating.
He is in a unit of 40 skeleton warriors with spears,
Okay.
as you can see, and they also have full command.
Nice, nice.
Also for core we have 20 zombies with the Master Necromancer in the front, and at the back here we've got 5 direwolves.
Yep.
For special, on the right we've got 10 Black Knights with no command, just barding and lances, and then a corpse cart, in the middle, and following up with the Blood Knights on the left.
And that's everything. Good stuff. Right, we'll get things kicked off and we'll do first turn. See which player goes first. The Bretonnians have opted out because they're using their prayer ability, so they'll be going last for first turn. So it'll be between the Empire and the Vampire Counts for first turn. So let's see what we get here. So it's the Empire, and the Empire will be taking first turn. Okay, that's the end of turn 1 movement. I declared Mikey as the enemy because he's a bit closer to me. So Ali successfully got a 6 and he got a card, so that's pretty good. Just moved up a wee bit. The steam tank unfortunately rolled a misfire straight away, but just got away with it, so it was okay. And he just moved up 9 inches with 2d6. And that's pretty much it for Empire turn 1 movement phase. I'll move on to magic phase. Turn 1 magic phase for the Empire. I declared Ali as the enemy because he's got level 2, so it'll be easier for me to get spells off that way. And I successfully cast Throne of Vines, but unfortunately I got a miscast, but because you resolved the spell first, I was able to get rid of that in a 2-op, so that was okay. And then after that I rolled quite well and get Earthblood, and Ali didn't manage to dispel it, so pretty successful turn 1 magic phase, and we'll move on to shooting phase. Turn 1 shooting for the Empire, and pretty unsuccessful. Tempted to snipe Ali's BSB with the Hawkland long rifle on the steam tank, but no luck there. But I declared for this turn, I declared Ali the enemy, of course, so I could fire at him, but no card for Mikey. And for the combat phase, because we're so far away, we're not doing anything for that phase. So, but I declared Mikey's the enemy, but Ali never got a card for that either. So we'll be moving on now to turn 1 for Vamps, and Mikey will kick things off for us.
So turn 1 for the movement phase for Vamps. Conrad had to roll his 1 to 3. He was stupid. 46 frenzy. Guess what he rolled? Stupidity. So he stumbled forward 6 inches towards the centre marker, which actually worked out alright. On the left we've got the dire wolves pushing towards those trebuchets, hopefully. We've got the necromancer kind of moved up to support the skellies. We've got the corpse cart in the middle, black knights on the right. That's a scary unit. We've got the blood knights at the back, just kind of hanging back there now. So it's on to the magic phase for Vamps. End of turn 1 for the Vamps, magic phase. We got an upgraded version of Dance Macabre off, which means every unit within 12, which was the skeleton warriors, the zombies, the corpse cart, the black knights and the blood knights, now have rerolls to hit until the next magic phase. But I also rolled a miscast, unfortunately, which resulted in, I think it was number 6, so it was a small blast over the wizard, who took a win, so down to 2. I lost 10 zombies and 2 skeleton warriors.
So Bretonnians first turn, just basically move things at a different position here. The knights we're on the left, coming in for the right now to face Mikey's blood knights, a few threats over here. These guys are moving up because this guy's got a special something that could come in handy over here, and these guys are kind of heading more towards the middle. So that is movement, turn 1, and Mikey is the enemy for that phase. So Bretonnians turn 1 magic was certainly interesting. We've got a dragon, a fire breathing dragon. Basically threw all my dice on it. Dave failed to dispel it, even though it's on Mikey's side. He was trying to help him out, but we just realised there was a rule we didn't even realise, and the wizard here is actually not able to cast that spell because they're on a horse, and just because we didn't realise, we just swapped the lores, so the dragon is now the wizard that was here instead. So the life wizard is now here and the beast wizard is now here. So interesting. Right, so shooting phase, and it was pretty damn successful. As with TNTs, people start playing cards and things don't always turn out as you expect. So these trebuchets were going to fire at either the steam tank or the demis, and Dave played a card to choose another enemy player and basically planted 2 indirect shots on the necromancer's head. One of them went miles by and the other one was a direct hit with a number 2. So Mikey failed to look out, sir. Yes. And then his wizard just, that was it. Took all his wounds off, which is a pretty big blow for turn 1, and a few more zombies died. So it's now to reshuffle the cards. We'll all get a few cards each as well, and coins, and see what happens next.
Okay, end of turn 1. A lot happened. Of course, Mikey unfortunately lost his wizard, and because of that, he had to roll crumble, and he's lost an unbelievable amount of guys. He's got a lot of casualties over here. It's not looking too good for Mikey at the moment. No. But you know, the show must go on, so we'll head on to turn 2. So let's flip to see who we get. So it's going to be Mikey, unfortunately. So he'll be rolling crumble again. So let's kick it off with Vamps turn 2.
So after doing my crumbling test first, I lost a lot of models again. I lost 4 black knights, they're down to 2, another 2 skellies, and I've got 1 lonely blood knight left, the flag bearer. So based on that, I've kind of re-evaluated my movement, so Skellies have went back a bit to avoid getting flanked by the Bretonnians and the Empire, and that's about it really. Enemies have been declared for combat and shooting, so it's time to draw the next card for turn 2.
Right, Mikey's finished his turn, so we're going to move on to the next player. So we're going to find out who that's going to be. And that's going to be me. Right, turn 2 movement phase for the Empire. Not too much happened, so just going to move on to the magic phase, and that'll be us. Empire magic phase, pretty uneventful. Only get 3 in the power pool, so it's pretty poor. And Ali managed to dispel Earthblood, so that's it. We'll move on to shooting phase for him. Right, so turn 2 Empire shooting, pretty uneventful. Tempted to use the cannon on the steam tank and the long rifle, but to no avail. So move on to combat phase, which obviously not going to be happening. So up next, it's going to be the Bretonnians for turn 2.
Okay, so Bretonnians turn 2 for movement. Pretty much just kind of reshuffled things. I was tempted to charge at Mikey, but I just don't think it was worth potentially losing a few guys in the woods and maybe giving Mikey a chance with the flank charge. So yeah, they've moved up, and they've just reshuffled. So shooting and magic now. So Bretonnians magic phase proved not bad. I tried to get +1 strength toughness on this unit. Mikey managed to get it with 666. The unit here has now got a 5-up regen, and for shooting, they've bribed 1 trebuchet, and also he forced the other one to not be able to fire with another card, so it's back on to turn 3 now. Go back to random cards again.
Right, we're all finished for turn 2. No, not really an eventful turn, but we'll move on to turn 3, so we'll see what the cards have to tell us. So it's me first for turn 3, so we'll do Empire. Right, turn 2 Empire. Magic phase, not really much happened. Luckily enough, got rid of Ali's dragon. It was looking a bit scary over there, so quite happy with that. And then just get Earthblood off for the big knight unit, so that's pretty good as well. And I'd done the shooting phase, but as per usual, nothing really happened, so that was it. Then we'll move on to whoever the next turn's going to be, so we'll draw the cards. We'll see what happens. So it's Mikey, so let's see what happens with Vamps, turn 3.
Turn 3 for the Vamps. Conrad gained stupidity again from his ability and shuffled forward 4 inches, so he's in a bit of a precarious unit because the Bretonnians could potentially flank charge next turn. But my standard bearer for the Blood Knights got a lucky charge and managed to kill Ali's BSB. So that was good, but he then crumbled to a horse attack, unfortunately. So after combat, it's then on to bottom of turn 3, Ali's phase, so let's see what happens.
Bretonnians movement turn 3, so just keeping these guys ready. A little bit worried about the steam tank, demis are nasty. These guys are kind of trying to protect the flank knights from some of Dave's other units, and these guys are charging in the flank here. A little bit worried about the Vamp, he's a nasty character, but I'm on the flank, I've got a few ranks and he's crumbling, so I should be alright. So on to magic and shooting. Right, so on the magic phase, I rolled for the dragon again. I got it by 1, but Mikey has dispelled it. So then Dave played a card again, stopping another one of my trebuchets, but one of them did get a direct hit on a unit, killing 1, and Dave managed to pass his leadership test, so they're still on the board. So it's now to this combat here. So end of the Bretonnian combat phase. I did lose 1 knight to Mikey's vampire, but it wasn't actually as bad as I was expecting it to be. We did kill quite a few of them, but because of the crumble effect, with me leaving the flank, having a few ranks, it was pretty good, so hopefully I'll be able to clear them quite soon. But there is a few good threats over here, so it's back to shuffling the cards and seeing who's next.
Okay, end of turn 3. A lot of things happened. Been a good match so far, so draw the cards for turn 4. Who's first? Oh fucking hell, I got that again.
Look at that.
Keep that.
Fuck you.
Okay, movement phase for the Empire, turn 4. Not much happened. I've pushed the demis up to try and put a bit of pressure on the trebs. His unit can't charge me because of the angle I'm at, so that's okay. And I'm just staying here because Ali forced me to pick Mikey as the enemy for this turn, so I couldn't actually make a successful charge against Ali. And if I charged Mikey, I'd get hit in the flank with his unit anyways. That'd be a bad decision. So we'll move on to magic phase, turn 4. Right, just finished the magic phase and shooting phase for Empire turn 4. Very successful phases. And the magic phase I managed to get every spell off. Resurrected a demigriff, got a 4-up regen and +4 toughness. And then in the shooting phase, unbelievably I managed to kill Ali's lords with the steam cannon, because I had a sneaky card that turned a successful lookout sword into an unsuccessful, so that was enough for me to get the hit with the cannon, which was pretty mad. So yeah, we'll push on onto the next turn. We'll find out who that's going to be. It's going to be Ali. So
Bretonnians turn 4. Movement, I've just moved my questing knights to the cover of the trebuchets just to make the demigriffs think twice. They've lost the lord who did have heroic killing blow, so it would have been nice to have charged the steamer for a laugh, but he's been had his head taken off with a cannonball. So over here, these guys just shuffled on a bit. Now Dave took a wee pot shot with his engineer, with his sniper rifle, so I'm trying to place her a little bit more out of sight so he gets a negative for shooting. And these guys are still in combat, so see what happens with magic and shooting now. So end of magic phase, turned into a dragon again, but it was a lesser version. It was a horned dragon, still pretty damn nasty, but it's not quite as powerful as the last one. Didn't get anything else off. Did attempt to fire this trebuchet, went nowhere near. Fired the other one, it misfired and took a wound, and it can't fire next turn as well. So back to the combat phase. So end of Bretonnian combat and also Mikey's turn. Done quite a few wounds and Mikey was down to only a couple of models. And when Mikey hit back in his own turn, didn't really have anything else to do because it was last models. They just crumbled at that point, and that was it. They were got the points for them. So Bretonnians are actually quite a bit in the lead. Empire are nasty. I mean, there's a lot of nasty things in this unit. Luther Huss, Ludwig, I believe, with the banner. There's still the wizard there as well. They've got a lot of buffs. The steamers there, and the demis are going to probably get a few points here. So I'm still a little bit worried. I mean, I've got the dragon. Guys are in an okay position, but if he gets a lot of points in this last couple of rounds, it could get very close. So we'll see what happens now.
Okay, so that's us just finished turn 4, going on to turn 5. A lot happened in turn 4. Mikey got knocked out of the game, unfortunately, so that's how he's all looking a bit depressed. But me and Ali, this is going to be a big turn, so make or break turn for the game. Ali's currently very strongly in the lead, so he might still take the day. But if the Empire get lucky over the next couple of turns, I might be able to just nick it from him, but we'll see what happens.
You've won it in a row 3 times, the luck of the draw.
Aye, so
if you get
it could be. Mikey's done the shuffling this time, so we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. There's no dodgy skullduggery going on, so let's see what happens. Oh fuck!
It is a conspiracy.
Oh,
It is a conspiracy.
NWO confirmed. Right, let's. Right, so it's me again, so we're going to push on with turn 5 Empire. Let's rock and roll. Right, turn 5 Empire movement phase, been a big turn, a lot of successful charges. So this one was charging at the Questing Knights, but it's got caught by the trebuchet, but it might cut through them and overrun, so we'll see. Steam tank put loads of dice on its movement, a lot of steam points, fired right into them, and then with the steel standard combined with a wee tricky card, they managed to get into them as well. So pretty successful first turn. We'll see how magic and things like that in combat progress, so we'll see how that goes. Right, so the magic phase managed to dispel Ali's dragon, which is a breath of relief. So moving on to combat phase, big phase. Done quite well, managed to get rid of the trebuchet over here, but suffered a win for a dangerous terrain test and overran into the Questing Knights. The steam tank caused a terror test and ended up running, and obviously it can't pursue. And I managed to defeat them in combat, only suffering 1 wound. And they're currently running, so we'll see if I can reform a couple of units for next turn. So we'll move on to Brett's turn 5.
Okay, so Bretonnian turn 5 movement. These guys did manage to reform. Fingers crossed to get the next card, and I'll go first. And my hope, if I pass a leadership test, I can maybe escape the charge for these guys. Same thing with the peasants, and I've got this combat here, which I don't think is going to go very well, but should be alright. So it's now magic phase and shooting. Right, so interesting turn of events. After some insane rolling from the Questing Knights, they managed to potentially just seal the game for the Bretonnians, so ended up making a shitload of armour saves and ward saves, and then Dave had some terrible armour saves.
They did really well with your saves.
Yeah, so my armour saves have been pretty good. Brett's have been doing what they do best this game, which is nice. So they got a few points from that, and they got points for the combat round for doing well. So essentially we're just going to quickly play the last turn. If I get the turn, I mean, I think it's definitely over because I've got the dragon and I can maybe scoot out the way. If Dave gets it, there might be enough points in it, but he's quite a bit behind now, so maybe he will, maybe he won't, we'll see what happens.
Okie doke, it's the very last turn, and it's not looking too good for the Empire. Bretts have done really well to get where they are, so Ali's played it well. Well done, Ali boy. And Mikey's retired. So right, I'll let you do the honours for last.
It's been about 4 in a row for Dave.
Let's see what's happening. Go for it, go for it. Oh, Ali gets it. Ali gets it.
This time. So with that card getting drawn, we kind of thought it would be pretty much over at this point. But I still had to pass a couple of quick leadership march tests, and thankfully both of them were alright. Even the men at arms, who were cowards as well. Dragon couldn't really charge through the men at arms while they were there, because I did want to attack the steamer for a laugh, but he's going into this unit instead, so who knows, maybe rack up a few more points with that. No shooting, didn't do anything. Forgot to mention, but I lost a wizard level as part of a miscast getting this dragon, so there's no other spells I could roll, and my other wizard is just over there, sort of running away, so that's what we got with that. So it's just combat now, and we'll just see if we can noise up these knights. Right, so combat phase, the dragon actually didn't do as well as we hoped. He's an absolute monster, but he just didn't roll actually that well. I think he missed 5 of his 8 attacks, or like 3 up sort of thing, so killed a few knights still. Even then, he still killed a few. They try to hit him back with a shit ton of attacks, but couldn't do anything. But it is Dave's last turn in combat, and he's maybe going to try to buff up the unit just to, because he doesn't want them to die, because at that point if they die it was a clear Brett's victory, which would be quite funny.
Righty ho, so it's the final Empire turn. I know I've lost it, but I'm going for glory to see if I can take that son of a bitch dragon over there, because it's pretty terrifying. But man. So I wish I could get the. I'll only get the points of the wizard, but Christ, that thing's probably worth about 1,000 points, man. But I'll not get. I'll not be getting that anyway. But I'm going to see if I can cut it down. It's unlikely, but we'll see what happens. Aye, and we'll. I'm not going to bother trying to dispel. I'm just going to go for glory here and see if I can wipe it out. So we'll see what happens. I know I could dispel it and just kill the wizard, but no, since I've lost it, my knight unit will try and salvage some pride and kill a dragon. Let's get 8 wounds right enough. It's unlikely, but oh well. YOLO will fucking hit it hard. Right, moving on. I'll come back to you at combat phase. Okay, end of movement phase. I just rammed the steam tank right in his side here. So
broke the dragon's head.
So we'll see. I'm going to roll right now. So it's D6 plus D3 impact. Let's use the D6.
This guy's just screaming YOLO.
No, he's just smashing right there, blasting it with his gun and everything. Right, so he's got 5 plus. He's got an extra 1, so he's got 6. So we're going to see what we can do to this thing.
Still toughness 8 as well.
It's still toughness 8. He's not going to do anything, man. This thing is
just
just.
He's going to tap off it and he's going to be looking at it.
I know. Right. Oops. So there's a couple of 6s in there.
He's got a 2 up armour.
He's got a 2 up armour, so that's modifying it by 3. So I'll put it to a 5 up. 2 5-ups you got to get, Ali boy. Oh, he gets 1 as well. So it's doing 1 wound.
He's got a bruise.
He's got a bruise, so we've started somewhere. It's got 8 wounds, but we'll get somewhere.
So he's got. I put 2 dice.
Right. 7. So it begins. We're gonna the great battle of our time. I've managed to get +4 toughness. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference though. But we'll kick things off with Ludwig Schwarzhelm. So weapon skill 6. He'll need 4s, and he's got the worst roll. He's bricked it in the face of this huge fucking red dragon. And we've got another handful of attacks. I think it'll be 8 in there. No, 7 attacks. And we're gonna see how the dragon gets on. Keep dropping dice everywhere. Right, let's see. Oh, so I got a few. Get the 2 away, and then it's another 5. So I need 6s. So I get 2 6s, Ali. That's 2 3-ups you need to roll, big man. Oh, he gets 1, so that's another chink in the armour.
6 ones.
And then we've got Luther to go, but your dragon goes first, so 8 attacks,
right.
Which isn't going to be very nice.
So it is 3s.
3s, okay. Right, so
he's not very good at hitting.
He's not doing too well.
He did very well last time.
For a weapon skill 8 dragon as well, I mean it's...
Right, so
it's 3s this time.
3s, aye.
3s this time.
Oh,
lucky.
God.
So it's 2. So I get 2 6-up saves, which I don't get any of. So 2 more knights bite the dust.
I reckon they have to take a leadership test though.
Think so?
Maybe.
Right. Luther next, so you get 2 attacks. He gets 1. Come on, Luther. Was that enough? No. Can he be? Why Luther?
Luther has failed us.
Oh, he's failed. What's happened, man?
Oh, is it when Luther, man?
I know, he's not doing well this game. Right, so calculate combat res. I got a flank charge, which is 2. Got a BSB, which is 3. And I done a wound in combat, which is 4. And you done 2 wounds. So I've beat you by 2, which puts your leadership down to 7. Right. So we need to see what the
big bastard of a dragon.
I know if it's going to fly away.
Oh,
he done it as well. And that
dragon sticks around.
He sticks around. Right, so that's the game over, and it's a stunning victory to the Bretonnians. I'm proud of yourself. Thank you. Very well played. You know, some great dice rolls in there. It was a good game. So yeah, a very firm DCG handshake.
Thank you.
Well done, my man. And for everyone, if you've watched, I mean, thanks very much for taking the time to watch our very first video. And I hope you have a nice day anyway. So take it easy.